Kicking things off with the welterweight champion himself, Anthony Babyface Blackburn.
Here we go, Anthony Babyface Blackburn coming up to the scale. Anthony was very calm, cool, and collected yesterday. Seems ready to rock and roll. Got his kendama around his neck.
Right on one army, baby. 170.
170 for the champion.
Let's go!
170 on the dot for Anthony Babyface Blackburn. Great to see Anthony make weight, championship weight.
And the main event, the super heavyweight champion of the world, Dumpling.
Dumpling coming up here, super heavy, doesn't have to make weight. Last time we seen him up around the 385 range. Seeing Dumpling come to the scale again. Seen a bigger personality from Dumpling this week. He's been joking around, smiling, laughing. Let's see what he comes in this time.
387.
387 for the super heavyweight champion.
387 for Dumpling coming in the super heavyweight championship match. Last time we seen him was against the Crazy Hawaiian, where he was able to be victorious. Now his brother Dane Viernes getting the opportunity.
Up next, the light heavyweight champion of the world, Ron Wolverine Pita.
Ron Wolverine Beta coming up here, no shirt on already. Ron's gonna be coming in pretty close to the top of the weight division. 205 is what we're looking for.
205.
205 for the light heavyweight champion.
Wolverine makes weight like the true champion that he is. Going in 205 on the dot, top of it.
Up next on the scale, the number 5 heavyweight contender of the world, Pono, the Hawaiian assassin Pau.
Pono Pau coming in. Got the matching shoes. Pono Paul always has a very calm, cool, collected demeanor when he's up there. He's getting ready to rock. How's the vocals and everything? Can you guys hear us okay? Just drop me a message in the chat so we know. Pono Paul said he come in the top of the weight division last night. Let's see where he's at.
263.
263 for Pono Pau.
263. Last time we seen Pono Paul 245. Pono putting on 18 pounds for this match.
Up
He said he
next
was going
from
to
the
be big at the
middleweight
top of the
division,
division, and he is.
Dontae Smiley.
Dontae Smiley on the undercard coming in to this match. Dontae Smiley coming from Sin Bodhi's camp on the wrestling side. First time we're going to see him in Power Slap. Check out those socks he's got going on.
183 for Dontae Smiley.
183 coming in for Dontae, looking shredded. Lines through his quads. The guy's in one of the best conditioned guys.
Up next on the scale, he is the number 6 heavyweight, ranked heavyweight contender in the world, Zakir Naimanbayev.
Zakir coming in, massive upper body to Zakir. Obviously, if you follow him on Instagram, you know the strength that this guy delivers, taking on Bryce Jones, local Las Vegas native. $265, the commission says. It's a bit of an issue here, maybe. Let's see. Take a couple extra seconds.
It is 265.
265
for Zakir Naimanbayev.
There we go. Zakir gets up there. 265 comes in the weight limit for the heavyweight division. We seen Zakir last night out at the Leaf trading card trade night. Speaking through a translator. Zakir cannot speak English.
Up next, the super heavyweight main event challenger, the number 3 ranked super heavyweight, the Hawaiian Hitman.
The Hawaiian Hitman coming in, as we said before, looking They could bring the title back to the Yurnet family. The Hawaiian Hitman got the shades on. Admittedly, he hasn't always taken his fights the most serious in the past. First time we've seen him actually in the gym training, getting a lot more serious and ready to rock this time around with the title on the line.
367 and a half.
367 and a half for the Hawaiian Hitman.
367, giving about 20 pounds to Dumpling in this match.
Oh.
Not a huge difference in regards to the super heavyweight. Dane Viernes hits with the left and
Up
with the
next,
right.
from the heavyweight
We're gonna see if that's gonna be able
division,
to confuse
Bryce
Dumpling.
Jones.
Bryce Jones, the second half, another heavyweight match. We just seen Zakir up on the scale, coming in at 265. We're going to see Bryce Jones, the number 10 contender in this match in the heavyweight division, coming up there now. He should be probably around 250.
240 for Bryce Jones.
240 for Bryce Jones. Taking on Zakir.
Up next
That
from the
match
light
now
heavyweight
confirmed.
division, Esteban Sabedra.
Esteban Sabedra, also known as Prince, nephew of Azael Rodriguez, fighting for the welterweight belt, making his power slap debut, taking on Mirza. It's going to be a tape fight on the undercard.
$202.
202 for Esteban Sabedra.
202 for Esteban. 3 pounds under the weight cap. There we go. No problem for him making it in. Man, a few words. We have both him and Mirza on Smack Talk.
And from the women's
Week and a half
featherweight
ago.
division, Katharina Lehner.
Katharina Lehner. Last minute fill in here. Who's she taking on Alice Crowley on the taped card. It's been a minute since we've seen Katharina Lehner in power slap.
145.
145 for Katharina
145.
Lehner.
Coming in the top of the category, 145 for Katharina.
And from the women's flyweight division, Jayme Hinshaw.
Jayme Hinshaw coming in. Got the high heels on in this one. We get on the scale with the high heels.
$126.
126 for Jayme Hinshaw.
126. Utilizing the entire capacity of the 1 pound weight allowance. Match taking place at 125. Got 12 matches on the undercard tape being taped. Getting started as early as
And now from the
1:30
middleweight
tomorrow.
division, Stunt Marshall.
Stunt Marshall. Best hair and power slap, I think, officially. When he steps on that stage, got the high top, got the rat tail going on. It's got the glasses. It's got the look. Big personality in Stunt Marshall. Seeing these wrestlers come out with some pretty emphatic socks as well.
179 for Stunt Marshall.
179. There we go, Stunt Marshall. Making weight 179 officially for Stunt Marshall.
Go ahead.
And up next from the super heavyweight division, Ro Montagna.
Ro Montagna coming in here, getting his opportunity, looking incredibly thick for Ro. Fighting it super heavy. Will probably be on the lower end of super. Guessing around that 285 or so. I think we'll see Ro come in.
$287.
287 for Ro Montagna.
287. Ro Montagna coming in. taking on Zach Lansing, super heavyweight.
And from the middleweight division, Martinez.
Martinez going up against Mecca Wolf, hailing from Texas. Marco's at the first combine, made an impression to at least get a tryout here at Power Slap.
186 for Martinez.
186 for Martinez, taking on Mecca Wolf, as we said, in the middleweight division.
And from the women's flyweight division, Pauline Macias.
All right, Pauline Macias coming in, incredibly shredded. This can be 115 or 125, actually, late filling. Happening here. We'll announce it as soon as we see, but there has been a change in regards to this match. So she's had to refeed, originally fighting at 115.
124 and a half.
124 and a half for Pauline Macias.
See Pauline come in, little sigh, almost of relief. Incredibly shredded through the abdomen, shoulders looking in check.
Up next from the heavyweight division, Ryan Kenny.
Ryan Kenny coming up here. Canadian. Taking on Johnny Magna. Ontario, Canada. Shares a similar hairstyle to Ding. You're a Smack Talk fan.
240.
240 for Ryan Kenny.
240, Ryan Kenny.
Up next from the heavyweight division, Johnny Magna.
Johnny Magna coming in right after him, flipping him the bird already. Love is not lost here. Claims to be a legend in the Branson, Missouri area.
249.
249 for Johnny Magna.
Let's fucking go.
We go, seeing some emotion from Johnny Magna, 249. 9 pounds difference between these two athletes.
Go ahead.
Up next from the super heavyweight division, Juicy Finau.
Juicy coming up here. Big boy. Expect him to be over 400 pounds, Juicy. My guess around 415, I would say. 420 maybe.
235, 435 and a half.
Yeah,
435 for Juicy Finau.
435. Biggest one on the card for sure. Might be the second heaviest in power.
And from the super heavyweight division, Zach Lansing.
Zach Lansing coming out here. A great story for Zach. Was a Make-A-Wish recipient back in the day. Got to meet Dana White at a young age, making his pro athletic debut here. Super heavy. Taking on Ro Montoya.
370.
370 for Zach Lansing.
370 Zach Lansing.
Let's go.
The Viking version of dumpling.
And from the women's flyweight division, Michelle Brown.
Michelle Brown coming up here. She's been down at around the 125 for a couple weeks now. She didn't balloon up between matches. Opponent change for her, Ellie Dempster, coming in approximately 3 weeks notice.
126 for Michelle Brown.
126, Michelle Brown. We're anticipating 2 waves of athletes here.
Up next on the scale, her opponent, Ellie Dempster.
Ellie Dempster making her debut, fill in 3 weeks notice. First time we'll see her in Power Slap. Taking place on the live undercard. Ellie Dempster has experience training in Thailand. She's competed in karate combat
125 for Ellie Dempster.
125, Ellie Dempster. Seems to be it for the first wave of athletes. Everybody making weight so far. Usually the first wave, there isn't too many hiccups. Usually athletes have until 11 a.m. local time to make weight.
See what matches we don't have. So we're missing. This makes sense because
So
we don't have one out.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
yeah, as of right now, no Luke Simon, no Alan Klingbeil. That match is supposed to take off to start the night. Seen Luke Simons last night eating chicken wings and stuff like that. He said he was at 2 last night, so we'll see where he comes in. It could be a transportation issue as well. May not have been able to fit everybody on the first bus that left the PI. Michael Michelle Brown, Ellie Dempster is confirmed. Both made weight. Zakir and Bryce Jones both making weight in the heavyweight division. That is locked in and confirmed. James Seekman, we still haven't seen James Seekman. Pono Paul did make weight. James Seekman, we're seeing look incredibly lean. Should be no issue on James Seekman whatsoever making weight. Maybe James got a little bit of extra sleep this morning and catching the later bus over here to Fontainebleau, where the weigh-ins are taking place. James Seekman, we don't anticipate any issues. Talking to him earlier, he's saying he's around 217 in weight, so we'll see where he ends up on that. On the main card, we haven't seen Emmanuel Muniz or KO Chris Thomas. If there's any worry, this match may be the one to keep an eye on. KO Chris Thomas hasn't been this big going into a cut, up around the 190 range 10 to 12 days ago. Emmanuel Muniz is also speculative, coming in very heavy as well. I would expect both of these athletes will be on the later to the end of the weigh-ins. We haven't seen Azael Rodriguez either. So the first championship match of the night is not confirmed until Azael makes the championship weight of 170. In the co-main event, we've seen Ron Wolverine Beta, like a true champ that he is, coming in 205, right on the dot. Russell Canoa Rivero has not weighed in yet, so we're still waiting to make sure that match takes place and gets locked in. But we do have Dumpling and the Hawaiian Hitman both weighing in, so they're both ready to go. At this moment, like we said, the two title matches still need to see Azael Rodriguez as well as Russell Rivero up to the scale to lock those title matches in place. Both those athletes should be on weight. No concern there. The Emmanuel Muniz, KO Chris Thomas is the one that I'll be monitoring going in here to see if both these athletes can make weight.
No, I was actually talking on the mic anyway. It'll just look like it. You want to try it?
We appreciate everybody for tuning in here. We are powered by Head Rush this week. We thank Head Rush for everything that they're doing to allow us to bring you guys the coverage that we did last night. We had a phenomenal event at Circa Sports where we had the Leaf Power Slap trade night. Had a ton of athletes out. A ton of fans came out getting their base card signed. Autographs. Was a great night all around. Right now, we've got the weigh-in show, obviously. And tonight, if you are in Las Vegas, come on out to Stadium Swim from 4 until 6. We have the legendary Power Slap tailgate party brought to you by Head Rush. Incredibly excited once again to be back there at Stadium Swim. It's a ton of fun. We've got the pool, we've got the cabanas, we've got the beach balls, a ton of stuff taking place this entire week. What's up, Vince? I see you in the chat there. Appreciate you, Vince. Wish you could be down here in Las Vegas taking in the action. Hopefully we see you in Power Slap very soon. Power Slap 14 right around the corner, coming back 3 weeks, July 18th from New Orleans. So I'm incredibly excited to see that. We've got the heavyweight title on the line in New Orleans. The challenger, Wes Minna, taking on Damian DeBill in the headline match. Great to see Damian back in the mix. We're going to see if Wes is going to be able to ring the bell that has been unrung in Power Slap so far. We also have Robert Trujillo in a rematch against Dakota McGregor taking place, the second match. Robert Trujillo has been dominant ever since coming into Power Slap. So incredibly excited to see this. Will we see the first ever title go to Canada? Let us know in the chat. Things giving me eyes. We will see for sure. And to not be undone, the coaches for this week's event, Power Slap number 13, Brandon Bordeaux versus Isaiah Quiones. The middleweight belt will be on the line in New Orleans for Power Slap number 14 on July 18th, as we discussed earlier.
Still waiting for 16 athletes, so a little less than.
So 16 athletes still need to come to the scale, a little less than half. 38 athletes total weighing in here this morning. I want to thank all the strikers here in the chat. We see Dakota McGregor, Vince Tracy, Slapdog in the chat.
Still looking for its first champion.
Yeah. Canada is still looking for its first champion. We are going to see. Andrew Fields, what's up, buddy? Cody Young, what's up? The Canadians are showing up today, man. What's going on with that?
Oh, Canada, baby.
What's up, keeper? Fine, you can't see it because you scroll down. You can't see no flag.
I'd anticipate probably a 15 to 20 minute wait here at this moment. As we get an update, we'll come back and let you guys know. Specifically, we're waiting on 16 athletes to start the night. Luke Simonds, Alan Klingbeil still both have not weighed in at this particular moment, as well as James Seekman, Pono Paul. Pono Paul has weighed in. James Seekman has not. On the main card, Emmanuel Muniz and Kale Chris Thomas, both these athletes have not come to the scale as of yet. The first welterweight match of the night, we're waiting for Azael Rodriguez to come in on championship weight of 170. As soon as that happens, that match will be locked in. Ron Wolverine Beta in the light heavyweight title has already weighed in at championship weight of 205. Russell Kainoa Rivera still yet to come on. And the super heavyweight division, more just ceremonial. Both these athletes have come in and made weights.
In the beginning, maybe. It's not my fault.
In the chat, what match are you guys looking to see the most? Could be the main card, could be the prelims, early prelims. Oh, we've got Jackie Thomas here making an appearance. Jackie Thomas is here. Just looking for the commission to get the scale ready to go. We need Justin Bernard to also introduce it.
Go ahead, call it.
Jackie Thomas fighting in the featherweight division.
Jackie Thomas fighting in the featherweight division.
She's good. 146. 5, 4.
146. Jackie Thomas taking on Abby Montes. Two new athletes. This is the sister of Kale Chris Thomas.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the weight part. Yeah, because they start posing. That's all.
Kiefer, her. It's hilarious. Jackie Thomas, Kale Chris Thomas. Our twins. Ding is echoing the same sentiment. Yeah. Yeah. We have not seen Hollyhood Haley J here yet. Who is it? We've got her mom here. Nice. Marianne James, appreciate you tuning in. We're going to find out, kind of hearing here that KO Chris Thomas is on his way to the venue from the PI. Andrew, do these people have real names? And to what regard? We're talking about the wrestlers.
Smiley, that's
Absolutely, the wrestlers do. Some of them want to be called by their wrestling names. Some of them don't. We're seeing Justin Bernard introduce them by their real name. Typically, I'm sure that's how it'll be on a live broadcast as well. We got La Cuca joining us late. La Cuca, how dare you join us late? We've so far we've had 22 of the 38 athletes weigh in already. Break down the main card. We're still waiting for Emmanuel Muniz, KO Chris Thomas to start off the main card. Azael Rodriguez still needs to come to the scale for the welterweight division, and then Russell Kainoa Rivera for the light heavyweight, waiting for him as well. Yeah, Andrew Stunt Marshall is not his. That is his wrestling name. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like I said, we're waiting for a wave of athletes to come over from the PI to Fontainebleau. Still relatively early in the morning. I mean, could be some morning traffic. Anticipate a 25-minute drive right now in Las Vegas. Justina, Destiny Mccubbin has not made weight yet. Everybody has made weight. The 22 of 38 athletes that have come to the scale all have made weight with no issues. Let's do it. What's going on, guys? Get a little more excitement and energy instead of looking at a blank stage for now. on Ding's laptop. The webcam's looking a little fuzzy here, or we just got bad connection. Little bit. Nah, look at the main feed here, Ding. Ding doesn't have a mic, but you want to talk for a little bit, Ding? What do you think, buddy?
Not really. I appreciate you trying though. I know that was your cue. You telling me you don't want to talk anymore.
No, the weigh-ins are not done. We still have athletes to go. Of course, we want to keep on rocking. So, 100%. Absolutely. Those glasses, these are meta glasses, my man. You turn them on, got the little light, can do extra footage. Got to keep inventing the game. Aaron Turner, what's up, my man? Hope you're doing well. Tyler Gross, what's going on? How are you?
Athletes that haven't weighed in yet, or is there anybody that you yourself were kind of like, I don't want to say concerned about, but they were a little heavier?
Yeah, I think Emmanuel Muniz, KO Chris Thomas is cause for concern. Both those athletes, we've never seen them as big going into a match before, so I think there's definitely some worry there. KO Chris, was about 7-8 pounds last night over the weight cap. We're going to see if he's going to be able to shed off that extra weight. He does have until 11 a.m. local here in Las Vegas to do so. Dale, 22 of the 38 athletes have already weighed in, all making weight. So we have 16 athletes still to come in.
Excuse me, 23 now and 15 because Jackie Thomas came in kind of unexpected. So 15 athletes left. Surprised Pono put some weight on, but looks solid too. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, Pono Paul putting on, almost 20 pounds since last time we've seen him. So 263 coming in at the cap. A little weird we haven't seen James Seekman. I think that, in a lot of ways, just James sleeping in, to be quite honest, because there's no way James is anywhere near the cap. So James probably going to roll out of bed with some bedhead. Oh, Russell Rivero is here in attendance. All right, we'll get on rock and get off here. Let's lock in this light heavyweight title. Russell Rivera needs to make 205 on the dot. No extra clearance when it comes to a championship match. Looks like they're getting him ready. Russell will be coming here to the stage. The commission's coming out right now.
All right, up next on the scale, he is the light heavyweight main card challenger, Russell Kainoa Rivero. $204.5 for Russell Rivero.
204.5. Russell Rivero coming in, making weight.
Up next on the scale, he's the welterweight championship challenger, the number 2 ranked Azael Rodriguez.
Azael Rodriguez coming in here. Let's see if we can lock in this welterweight match. It needs to come in at 170. Moment of truth for Azael. First time he needs to weigh in at this weight class, 170. Looking quite lean. Great separation between the chest.
169.5.
169.5 for Azael Rodriguez.
169.5. Azael Rodriguez. All 3 of our title matches are now confirmed, locked in. Everybody making weight. Great to see, like true professionals. All 3 of these titles will be
up next on the scale from the light heavyweight division, Mirza Berhamovic.
Mirza Berhamovic coming in, incredibly confident, very focused.
$205 for Mirza Berhamovic. Up next from the women's flyweight division, Hollywood Haley J.
Hollywood Haley J coming to the scale. Mama's in the chat to see your daughter up there make weight.
$124 for Hollywood Haley J.
124.
Hollywood. Jay. Thank you, sir.
She's making sure everyone knows her name, Hollyhood.
Up next from the
Haley J.
middleweight division, John Yurnet.
John Yurnet, known as Mecha Wolf. Taking on Marco Martinez. The last fight taped broadcast.
$181.
181 for John Yurnet.
81. Locked in. See some of these athletes first time up there on the scale.
Up next on the scale, the number 6 ranked light heavyweight contender in the world, Alan Klingbeil.
Alan Klingbeil coming in here looking 206. Alan Klingbeil looking for 206 or less. Alan's not the largest light heavyweight. Should be no problem here. $204, maybe 202, 204 for Alan, I think.
$199.
Oh,
199. Klingbeil.
Let's go.
199 for Alan Klingbeil.
Up next from the women's flyweight
Alan, there's
division,
an in and out there, buddy.
Destiny, My Time Mccubbin.
Destiny Mccubbin coming in. Got the electrolytes. Looking for 125, 26. MMA veteran making her power slap debut.
125 and a half.
125 and a half for Destiny Mccubbin.
5 and a half. Destiny Mccubbin.
Up next from the women's featherweight division, Abby Montes.
Abby Montes coming in. It's looked incredibly focused all week. In great shape. MMA fighter as well. Training in California and in Mexico for this match.
$145.
145 for Abby Montes.
145. Abby Montes locked in for this one.
Up next, he is the number 4 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, Jayme Sykman.
Jayme Sykman coming in. Fresh new look. Looking leaner, looking trim. Shaved head. We got a whole new Jayme Sykman here.
218 and a half.
218 and a half for Jayme Sykman.
218 and a half. Leanest we've seen. Massive weight discrepancy in this one.
And now from the women's flyweight division, Zoe Dubois.
Zoe Dubois coming in. See, the women have the opportunity to come with shorts or pants. We've seen both of those up at the scale today.
$125.
125 for Zoe Dubois. And now from the women's featherweight division, Alice Crowley.
Alice Crowley coming up to the scale. Taking on Katharina Lehner. 146 will be the cap here.
144.
144 for Alice Crowley. Up next on the scale, he's the number 4 ranked light heavyweight contender in the world, Luke Simonds.
Luke Simonds should come in pretty close to that cap. 205, I believe, 206, somewhere in that range. Luke's looking in great shape.
204 and a half.
204.5 for Luke Simonds.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, Luke.
Locked in. Both Luke and Alan making weight. Going to start off the prelims of the live broadcast, 6 o'clock on Friday. Power Slot number 13, live and free on YouTube. If you're in Las Vegas, the venue is sold out here at Fontainebleau. There might be some VIP tickets available through On Location, but the regular general admission tickets are sold out at this particular moment. Justin put the mic down. Might be a couple more moments before we get some more athletes here. Four athletes to go. What are the four we got?
Surprise opponent for Pita.
Yeah. All right, four athletes to go. We have Unko Micah in the super heavyweight division. Not sure why he is not here to weigh in. Your guess is as good as mine, Ding. I'm sure he's probably sleeping, having a siesta. Maybe hit the Chinese buffet before he came. You just need to make weight. We've got a surprise opponent for Pita coming up here. Waiting to see what she weighs in at. Actually, we haven't seen her at the hotel either, so it'll be interesting to see what she comes in. Short notice fight, incredibly short notice fight. And then, like we said, on the main card to start the night, Emmanuel Muniz, KO Chris Thomas, the two athletes that we're still waiting for.
No On Location tickets available, so everything's sold out.
Everything's sold out for the event. Great to see that take place. Yeah, like we had kind of alluded to off the top, Emmanuel Muniz, KO Chris Thomas. We were worried about one or both of these athletes making weight. We haven't seen either of them, and we are pushing now into 45 minutes into weigh-ins, so we're not too far off. Hour and 15. Blackburn has weighed in. That match is locked in. Both Anthony Blackburn and Azael Rodriguez both making weight, so that is locked in. And we're here, beautiful Fontainebleau. If you've never been here in Las Vegas, it's worth coming, checking it out. Getting some bad rap, this casino just not being busy enough. People say it's not a lot of fun, but I tell you, the decor in here is absolutely phenomenal. The staff here treat us incredibly well. Everything's top notch here at Fontainebleau. It's a great home and residency for Power Slap.
So, one question I have for you, Core, is if Manny and Chris, miss weight, what does that mean for the future for them in the welterweight division? Even with a win here, how much weight can you put on it, and does it truly have title implications anymore?
I think that's a bit of a loaded question, Ding. I think it means what do these athletes mean to the organization? I think is really what that means. I mean, we've seen Austin Turpin miss weight in the past and still get the opportunities. So I think it's hard to say. I mean, we've kind of touted this as being a number one contender match for the winner of Anthony Blackburn and Azael. So we'll see if it's still a number one contender match. I think for the most part, I do believe it is. There's not any other competitors right now in that 170 that can make that move up. Obviously, depending on the outcome of it. We talked last night on the preview show. If Anthony Blackburn is victorious coming out tonight, what does that mean for Emmanuel Muniz? Obviously, we've seen them go twice. But however, if Azael Rodriguez, we think it helps Manny's case potentially if he can pull out a win over KO Chris Thomas. KO Chris Thomas obviously looking to get back there for his title shot. He's looking to get redemption over Emmanuel Muniz, who he lost his title to at Power Slap 6, I do believe, at the Durango. And we'll see. Obviously, the outcome of the title match won't matter so much for KO Chris. I think he is victorious here, whether he misses weight or not. Still speculation at this time. I think we'll give the benefit of the doubt to both athletes, until they get up there at the scale and make weight. So we'll see as that kind of unfolds. But as of right now, those are the two athletes on the main card that still need to make weight. We have two other athletes. Unko Micah is just going to do a ceremonial bypass here. Doesn't matter what he weighs in at as super heavy. And then if you're tuning around, wait to see who the special competitor is going to be for Pita at 125. Got Ray D here off camera.
What up?
Stuffing his face. Oh, he wants his moment in the spotlight. He's going to come in. Ray D. There he is in the back. The flying Filipino.
What?
Want to talk on the mic too?
I don't have the voice like Corey does, or Ding. But yeah, it's good. They have strawberries. They have blueberries. They have raspberries. They got chocolate croissants over here. So yeah, I'm stuffing my face. Totally fun. Even get to make it caramel macchiatos. Cheers.
There we go.
Yeah,
Fight
you don't
fan.
need a plate, all right? You need a bowl.
If you guys have not seen, I apologize if our screen's a little fuzzy. We're working on some Wi-Fi here, but we did a preview show yesterday night, dropped this morning, live from Circus Sports. We talked about the betting odds, how some of those betting odds have moved. Make sure you check that out. It's also available right here on our YouTube channel. If you're checking in with us from Facebook, head on over to our YouTube channel. Check out that preview video when you get a second. Yeah, really appreciate you guys joining us. We'll get the last four athletes through here as soon as they're available, and then we'll go ahead and square these athletes off. We'll have the face-offs here as well. So yeah, stay locked.
Let's go. We are locked in. Really? We got dumpling in a suit? Oh, yeah. We got dumpling in a suit. I can't get my phone, but there's a special lining to that suit. We'll drop it on IG later. Dumpling showed us the inside lining. Got to make sure we cover up his phone number though. His phone number's on that image, so we better not leak it to the world. Yeah. Because I took a picture of his phone, and so it was inside of WhatsApp. So we shouldn't do that. I have leaked. I leaked Cooper Housley's home address once on air, so it would be the first time that we do something like that. So you see, there's a translator holding the belt. That's kind of funny. Yeah, he's showing it off there in the back. You see a little dumpling in the middle.
Photos, bro.
He's too busy. All right.
I'm gonna put it in the story, Tom.
One that I tripped on.
Just recap for everybody. We're waiting for 4 athletes to come to the stage. Emmanuel Muniz, Kale Chris Thomas to start the main card. Unko Micah, we're also waiting for.
Something's happening to the feet. It went black.
81.
You guys can still hear me. We'll be back in 2 seconds here. Someone pull the cable out. We'll be back 2 seconds. Actually, I'll go this way. Just waiting. Ray D's getting the camera back up. Nobody's here. You're not missing anything. Our apologies for this. Yeah, we just put up a dumpling still on our story. Go check it out.
They're back.
And what's going on here? We got duel us, man.
And then we'll plug it. Ready? 5, 4, 3.
Little technical difficulty here as we try to get this camera back up. Let's start. Start camera.
No, it's the camera input. This is the way you had it, bro. Go to settings. That camera needs to, yeah, it's because of there you go. Yeah, it's because of the fucking Wi-Fi, bro.
All right, we're back. Yeah, we're back. Pauline and Bella at 125 is not happening. Bella was unable to clear medicals for this match. So Pauline, Pita will have a surprise competitor filling in approximately 24 hours notice. What's up, Dwayne? Hope you're doing incredibly well. Unko Micah sleeping through weigh-ins again. Quite possibly. You just need to do a ceremonial flyby.
Hit that like button. So, like Corey said, 4 athletes remaining to weigh in. We've got 38 athletes on this card, so 34 of them have stepped on the scale. The most athletes we've had on any card to date. I mean, 38, 19 matches, 12 on the pre-recordings, 8 on the main card. That would be a grand total of 40, but there's one fight that's not happening anymore, so that's 11 on the undercard, 8 on the main, the live show, quote unquote. Right after these last 4 athletes weigh in, we will have, for those of you who are new, we will have the face-offs. If people pay attention, they know it is. Yeah. I don't think it's that big of a secret. Pauline is not fighting Bella. Bella is fighting Michael Michelle Brown. Pauline was supposed to fight Isabella Picard, excuse me. So I'm lying to you. Now I understand what you're asking. So Pauline is not competing against Bella. She's a different person at 125 pounds as opposed to 115 pounds. King DeFrank, nobody missed weight yet. We got 4 athletes left: Emmanuel Muniz, KO Chris, Unko Micah, and the opponent for Pita, Macias, who will announce as soon as she steps up on the scale here. Thank you guys for your support. If you could, drop a like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. We do this work for you guys. We love you. We really appreciate your support. And if you haven't, we did the preview show yesterday. That's available on YouTube right now. We went through the betting odds, how some of those lines have changed since they opened, and we did it live from Circa Sports in the sports book. An incredible experience, kind of a pinch me moment for us here. Never did we expect this. We started, for those of you who know the story, we started off in the hotel lobby and in the hallways of the Palace Station Casino, and now we're doing live events from places like Stadium Swim, from the sports book in Circa. We're doing preview shows live from the sportsbook and Circa. So yeah, really appreciate you guys being on this journey with us. But exciting stuff, a lot of changes since this card initially materialized. Obviously, you look at Zakir, Dumpling, guys coming from Europe and the eastern part of the world, making the trek all the way over here to compete. The Dumpling, we got a great deal of personality from him last night. He really enjoys cards. He wasn't really familiar with how it all works when you open up packs and all of that, but he had a lot of fun last night, kind of learning about it. Will there be a slap news party in New Orleans? There will be a slap news party in New Orleans. We expect, obviously, it will not be a stadium swim, as there is not a stadium swim in New Orleans, but we will figure out. We're still working the logistics on that. We'll push that information out as soon as we can. But rest assured, slap news will be there as we always are. I think we're on track for an incredible year for Power Slap. So, like I said, always really appreciate you guys. These face-offs will be interesting, so don't go anywhere. At the very end here, we think that the people who haven't really spent a whole lot of time around one another, who don't really have these big relationships built, I'll be interested to see what it's like when they go up there after they've cut weight. They're hungry. They're gonna now just kind of start rehydrating. They're sitting around. Some of them really don't get along and have great respect for each other. The fight fan, I'll be in New Orleans in spirit. We'll put you. You don't fit in our suitcase, unfortunately, but I'll get a voodoo doll of you and I'll put it on my shirt on the side there. New Orleans card going to be stacked. Absolutely. The rumors we're hearing about what's going to happen on that card and what some of the matches that are going to be featured are incredible. One that I will talk about that we've sort of teased, or I should say he teased, was the return of Austin Turpin. The big story there. Everybody's like, is he going to make weight? Well, I got news for you. We broke this a few weeks ago in Insiders. If you're not part of our Insiders channel on Instagram, this is the only place that information would have existed. So I'm going to say it here now. That match between Verkathy and Austin Turpin, as scheduled, is at 225 pounds catch weight. So there's no 206-pound limit. It's a 225-pound limit. And both men have contractually agreed to that. So that's something that, like I said, if you're not an Insiders, that's why you need to be in there, because we talk about things like that in there for the fans who are most loyal to us. So definitely appreciate you guys being here. Oh, making it easier for Turpin. I see 225 limit. Yeah, I mean, listen, the story's the story. We don't know exactly what went into all that, but what I will tell you is most people, whether they love him or hate him, are very happy to see Austin return. Whether you want him to win or you want him to lose here, I think having him on stage is a great thing for Power Slap. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. Does not matter if Vern will put him to sleep. They might move him up to heavyweight from the looks of it. No, I think the fact that it's at a catch weight would indicate that they want to keep him at light heavy, but at this time, for whatever reason, it's just not doable. It's just not doable. Correct. Yeah, FAP, I think if they wanted him at heavyweight, they would have made him face a heavyweight. So that match as of right now, the rematch will take place at 225 pounds. Make sure you hit that like button. Like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend. The best part is yet to come. We're waiting on 4 athletes. As soon as they get up here, they will remove that scale. We got Uncle Micah, the surprise opponent we talked about that we're not going to release until she steps on the scale. And then we have Emmanuel No Love Muniz and KO Chris Thomas. Obviously, Manny back in December missed weight by a very, very minuscule amount. I think it was under a pound, something like 0.2 or 0.5. KO Chris has never missed weight, but he generally has rougher weight cuts, kind of gets closer to the limit. We saw footage of him and his sister over the past few days cutting weight together. I know she was kind of squeezed in here. It looked like she was kind of, eager to get back and rehydrated. So we definitely want to make sure that, we see KO Chris here. Now, when we talk about the coin tosses, you look at on the undercard, we've got, I think in the big ones are Juicy coming in at 435.5 pounds, right? Coin toss winner. He takes the first shot against Uncle Michael, who we don't know what he's going to come in at, but we anticipate it'll be probably something close to 50 pounds of a difference. Jackie Thomas is going to get the first shot over Abby Montes. Johnny Magna is going to get the first shot over Ryan Kenny. Unfortunately for you guys, you won't be able to see these live, but if you pay attention and you've been around for a little while, that is the famous Ray D. If you've been around for a little while, you'll know that great performances on the undercard do make their way to social media pretty quickly after the event. So fear not. There's still an opportunity. Pita is going to be striking first against her opponent. Montana is going to be striking first as well against Zach Lansing. He's given up, about 100 pounds. Zach Lansing actually came in a little lighter than we expected, 370. We expected 385. So very interesting. Uncle Micah obviously doesn't have to make a specific weight, so we're not too concerned there. We got Esteban Sabedra, Prince, aka Prince, is going to be competing. He's the coin toss winner for his match against Mirza Berhamovic. Hollyhood Haley J is the coin toss winner against Jayme Hinshaw, which is interesting. Jayme Hinshaw actually came in a little heavier than Hollyhood Haley J. I don't think anybody really expected that, given that originally this match was supposed to take place at 115. Jayme is the person who fights at 115. Hollyhood said, hey, I don't have enough time to make that weight transition, and so she's been on her way down. She weighed in actually lower, so very interesting there. Martinez coming in at the 186-pound weight limit against John Yurnet, aka Mecha Wolf, who came in under at 181. Another one that was interesting is Alan Klingbeil coming in at 199, below 200 pounds for a match that has 206-pound weight limit. Michael Michelle Brown, Ellie Dempster, both coming in as professionals, making that 126-pound weight limit. Ellie Dempster came in at 125. Zakir comes in at the heavyweight cap, 265, just 25 pounds heavier than Bryce Jones. Stunt Marshall did come in under at 179, so he's got 7 pounds there to spare. Could have in and out a couple times, I'd like to say. Azael Rodriguez, Babyface Blackburn, both of them are making the thank you, Ray. Ray's telling me my head's shiny, ladies and gentlemen. What a genius he is. Anthony Blackburn, Azael, like true professionals, make the championship weight there. Ron Wolverine Beta comes in at 205. Russell Rivero coming in at 204.5. And then you got the Dumpling coming in at 387 over the Hawaiian Hitman, giving up about 20 pounds at 367.5. Keep in mind if if there's weight misses here, that will change coin tosses. So definitely and I don't think the public hasn't really seen that, huh? Why don't you show them in the camera what it looks like? This is the card we've been teasing for you guys on why you should come to our events. It's a dual number to 400 Michael Michelle Brown and Paige Van Zandt. The only one that you'll be able to find. Can we bet on the undercard? Maria James, you cannot. And the reason why is because the results, the results for the undercard are not necessarily published on the night of the event. And so because the results are not meant to be public, they would have to make them public in order for them to cash out, pay out people who are betting. So unfortunately on the undercard, you cannot. But what I will say is if your daughter, Hollyhood Haley J, has the performance that, we believe she can have, you'll be able to bet on Hollyhood Haley J here very soon. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys joining us here, waiting on the last 4 athletes. And then if you look in the back there, you can see, the great Charlie Arnold is doing a bunch of media with some of the guys who are on the main card there. So definitely a lot of stuff going on. Another thing we didn't really touch on or talk about is it looks like Michael Bisping's not going to be on commentary for this match. We don't know why that is. But Alan Joubain stepping in. So it'll be Dan Helly and Alan Joubain. We'll miss Michael Bisping, of course, but Alan's done this. Dan Helly's done this, so we anticipate it'll still be a great night. We just won't get the British accent.
No Mark Smith here either.
We haven't seen Mark Smith. We haven't seen Frank. Have you seen Frank?
Yeah, Frank's here.
Oh, Frank's here. Okay. I was wondering who's gonna face off the guys. If Frank's not here, but Frank will be here in a second. He's just rolling around. I just called Unko. He just pulled in. Oh, thank you for that, Slab Dog. Say it again. Should have been the mother dog team in this thing. I ain't scared. Hollyhood Haley J. I have to represent for the both of you there, Maria. Your head is fine, Ding. Thank you, Fight Fan. I appreciate that. They should just take prelims live like they did at 6. Well, they want to give these athletes the time to sort of shake off the cobwebs, right? Get their experience, get their feet wet. Because in power side, the biggest difference is you don't spar, right? You don't get those rounds in any other way. So, will Marco and Wolf Smash be on the live tomorrow? It will not, unfortunately, Alexandra. But if one of those guys can, best the other in a very emphatic way, I imagine that'll make its way to social media. Agreed. Why bring all these influencers and not have them on live? Again, it's about the show, the potential of the show. For people who are doing it the first time, they're more foul prone. There's a lot of, like I said, shake off the cobwebs, things that they have to kind of get used to, understand the process, understand what they did wrong, and reevaluate. In the case that you do have a match that ends in an emphatic fashion, that makes its way to social media immediately because it's good promotion. On the flip side, if you have a match that's just fouls and ends in a DQ, not really something that you want to be using as your showcase when you're bringing in these people and flying them from all over the world that are supposed to be, promoting and streaming this event. So I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's ever evolving how we see the distribution of this content as it relates to Power Slap. We are seeing more and more matches. Like we said, Ding said, when there are those emphatic knockouts that take place on the undercard, we are seeing them either being released on Dana's, story, or official is releasing those knockouts, trying to build the hype and the anticipation for the main card itself. Now it's over on YouTube. There's a lot more flexibility to be able to control that content, how they want to distribute it, and I expect that evolution to still continue to evolve as Power Slap grows. I mean, you think about it, 2 quick years. We're here, Power Slap number 13. We're here all the way back to the beginning, Power Slap number 1 at the Apex in the room, the early press conferences. It was just Slap News asking questions at these press conferences. Now we're looking back here, we're seeing multiple news outlets here. Obviously, International Fight Week, all eyes are on Las Vegas as it relates, and Power Slap is continuing to do so. We know that the media access or capabilities is completely full. I can't say sold out, but the media outlets have to apply for media credentials, and they are completely maxed out for this particular International Fight Week event, which is great because these media outlets that are here come from worldwide. And the more that they can promote the sport on their platforms will continue to grow the audience and the fan base of Power Slap as a whole. We do know they are continuing to push within the United States. We have Power Slap number 14 coming up in New Orleans on July 18th. 3-week turnaround. This can be incredibly quick. You're going to see the coverage that we are doing here at Slap News is going to keep on rolling. We have some of the interviews already for the matches that have been announced and released. Ding, when do you think we are going to get those out? Westman and Damien DeBell interviews. When should they expect to see those on our channel? Probably Saturday, Sunday? Yeah. Probably Sunday, you'll get those matches for Damien DeBell. We're going to keep on rolling as we're going to do the post-fight, coverage Friday night, Saturday. We're going to get right into it with the pre-fight for Power Slap number 14 in New Orleans. A quick turnaround. I mean, it'll be less than 2 weeks before we fly out, to New Orleans to do all the pre-fight stuff there. We are working incredibly hard for New Orleans already. We're trying to get the tailgate party on the road. So more information will take place. If you're heading to New Orleans, make sure you get there on the Thursday so you're able to attend the event that we put on. I mean, it was a phenomenal event we had last night with Leaf Trading Cards. People who attend got one of these promo cards, as I was showing you earlier, limited to 400. Leaf exclusively gave this to us. If you're coming out to tonight at the tailgate party, come up to me, ask me for one if you'd like to be able to get one. We'll be at Stadium Swim from 4 until 7 for our legendary tailgate party, and then we'll be at the venue on Friday. If you do see one, I'll probably have a couple in my back pocket on Friday as well at the Power Slap event. So come up, ask me for one of these promo cards if you are here in Las Vegas. Right now, as we said, we're waiting for one more match on the main card. Emmanuel Muniz, KO Chris Thomas. We're coming in just past 10:10 local time.
If you don't come, bro,
Stop talking in Vegas. Have we determined that yet? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Aaron Turner's not coming. They're both from Portland. Maybe should have Portland boycott here today or something going on. So we will see.
Ray put coffee and ice and thinks it's Ray put Ray put coffee in a cup and then put ice in it and now it's calling it iced coffee. Hot coffee. That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go to Starbucks. I didn't have my sleep.
Ray D thinks he's a genius right now for the first time. All right, we're gonna no sign yet of anything, so we'll be back here momentarily.
What illegal country are you from, Slap?
Another one.
for K.O. Thomas.
KO Chris stepping on the scale here. See what it looks like.
One 78.
178 for K.O. Chris.
78 for KO Chris. KO Chris has missed weight.
178, huh?
KO Chris Thomas has missed weight. He missed weight. 178.
KO Chris 178 missing weight. Did not make weight. No. First one to miss weight. Pardon? The surprise athlete is coming up here to finish off the Pita match. What do you guys think it is? 125, the women's division of power slap. The question is, does Manny have to make weight at this particular moment? He probably doesn't. They probably would have renegotiated. See, like some people in the chat know who it is, Ding. Got at least 3 people who got it right so far. Typically, they won't do a catch weight. Do you know officially, Ding? I mean, sometimes they'll renegotiate. However, if Manny does make weight, sometimes they'll just take a percentage of his purse.
That's correct. Yeah.
So
There was rumors that these guys were offered to compete at 85 as fight week started because they both looked a little heavy. That was declined. So I'm sure they're probably regretting that decision now.
declined by who? Do we know?
At least by Manny for sure.
Gotcha. After the weigh-ins take place, 3 athletes to go. We are going to have the face-off, so stick around. The face-offs always bring some excitement.
178. That's pretty high.
178.
He looked,
Well, he was 178 this morning
he looked rough on the scale.
at 5 a.m. Yeah.
What do you think this means for if he's able to come out on top tomorrow night? What do you think this means for his future at welterweight?
I still think that this is number one contender match. I think regardless, I think KO Chris in his relevancy to the division makes a lot of sense. We know they give him a ton of respect, in the press realm. And so I think both these athletes being former champions, I think plays into it as well. Let's see, who do we got here? Oh, it looks like Uncle Micah might be making an appearance for his ceremonial flyby weigh-in. Coming up to 20 after the hour local time. I got the power slap security
Up next
in
on the
house as
scale,
well.
he's the number 9 ranked super heavyweight contender in the world, Micah Seuli.
Micah coming in. Haven't seen him in a while. Great to see Uncle Micah back. Big personality. Got the bed head on like we predicted he would.
353 and a half.
353 and a half for Uncle Micah.
353 and a half. Uncle Micah. It's big for Monka. He's giving up 80 pounds
Juice came in at 435.
to Juicy, 435. Unko Micah, 253, giving up. Sorry, 353, giving up 80 pounds in this match. Big discrepancy in it. Yeah, waiting on Manny. I think we can say it now. Pita's opponent, Chelsea Dodson. We haven't seen her yet. That is who we're waiting for. 48 hours notice is impressive to be on weight, to be here. I mean, Chelsea's always in shape, though. We always see her in the gym, so I'm sure she's not too far off that weight. As the power slap security is in the house now, getting ready for these face-offs. We've seen Frank in the back as well. Got Aiden here. Erica was here earlier.
Yeah. No, I wear high heels. That's not gonna help her. It'll help me grow hair everywhere else. Yeah. It's like, I'm a hair. Did I let me parking lot off? You know, like, but I was literally. You just like take a picture and it'll show you all. Yeah. Or a no. You were just at this.
You guys drive? Did you drive?
Yeah, shake your head. Part of it. Yes. Little. Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Just coming back, waiting on two athletes as of right now, Emmanuel Muniz and Chelsea Dodson. Waiting on two more athletes to come to the scale. Coin toss winners, let's get into it. The prelims, Luke Simonds is going to strike first against Alan Klingbeil to start tonight. Both those athletes making weight. We've got newcomer Ellie Dempster going to be winning the coin toss against Michael Michelle Brown. Zakir on American soil, huge international superstar, will strike first against Bryce Jones. Bryce is kind of the forgotten one from Road to the Title Season 3, getting an opportunity to put his to move up the ranks, going up against Zakir, who's ranked number 6 at this particular moment. Jane Siegman coming in, making weight. Came in relatively light at 218, 20 pounds down from the last time we seen James Siegman. Pono Paul gaining 20 pounds since the last time we seen him. He was in the mid 240s, coming in 263 for Pono Paul. And the main card itself, Emmanuel Muniz still waiting to come. KO Chris Thomas, 178, missed weight. You have that up on IG? All right, up on our IG already. KO Chris, unfortunately, missing weight. Didn't look so great up there on the scale. Anthony Blackburn and Azael Rodriguez both coming in under the 170 weight cap. So the welterweight title will be on the line. Anthony Babyface Blackburn defending his strap. In the co-main event, the light heavyweight title, both athletes coming in on weight. Ron Wolverine Beta coming in at the cap of 205. Russell Rivero coming in at 204.5. Super heavyweight title match, the headliner for Power Slot number 13, taking place this Friday with a 387 for Dumpling and a 367.5 for the Hawaiian Hitman. 20 pounds difference in this particular matchup. We see it the other way when the Crazy Wine, he had 20 pounds on Dumpling the first time that they fought. We're going to see if the younger brother of the Hawaiian Hitman is going to be able to come back and make a change of the belt and bring the title back to the Quinones fan or to the Viernes family. We have until 11 a.m. here, guys. Another 28 minutes for these athletes to weigh in. 28 minutes to go. 2 athletes remaining. We'll be back here when we see some movement. All right, looks like we're getting back here. Chelsea Dodson is going to be escorted over here. They asked the commission to be ready to come to the scale. Still casually talking with security. Justin Bernard is also there getting ready. We are anticipating Chelsea Dodson to the scale next momentarily. Stick around the face-offs. Probably the funnest part of this entire day is going to be taking place once everybody is made weight. We're anticipating Frank Lamasella coming up to do those face-offs once again. Oh, got Manny first. My apologies.
All right, up next on the scale, he is the number 1 ranked welterweight contender in the world, Emmanuel No Love Muniz.
Let's see where Manny comes in here. Got his purple braids in. Taking off the shirt and the trunks. Looks like he's going to try to make that 170. Take a little bit of extra.
171.
171 for Emmanuel Muniz.
Emmanuel Muniz making weight. 171. He will be forfeiting percentage of his purse, of Kale Chris's purse. 171. Manny makes it. Got the bandana on. One more athlete, Chelsea Dodson, needing to come. They haven't pulled the tent out today. A lot of the athletes made weight like professionals early and often.
I don't know if that tent would have helped you.
I don't think so. Correct, FAP. Non-title fight, 171. Extra 1 pound allowance.
And there was one.
Yeah.
You got it.
All right. Is Chelsea here? Can't see her little feet yet. Should be soon here, I would expect. International Fight Week, always a big week for Power Slap, getting put on the international stage. This is officially the 3rd year of International Fight Week for Power Slap. We're already into year 3. It's a big moment. Expect a lot of influencers to be in the crowd Friday night. Very tight-lipped as to who's going to be there. We've seen some influencers online. Slapdog wants to be entertained. Slapdog, my man. Are you in Vegas or where are you at? We haven't determined that yet. Is Blake Howard off the roster? Yes, Blake Howard is off the roster. He recently competed in Slap Fight Championship. Things didn't go his way at Slap Fight Championship. So Blake Howard was released 8 months ago. I think Blake Howard was released. we reported it on Smack Talk one week. But yeah, Blake Howard no longer part of the roster. A lot happening here in Power Slap. We know there's a ton of these wrestlers coming in here. For people that don't know, let's just kind of break it down. They held 2 combines, seemingly putting Road to the Title in the 4th season on pause for the moment. They decided to go to the combine style. They did 2 combines in April and in May. They brought in 30 plus athletes each combine. And so we're seeing on the tape card, we're seeing athletes from both of those combines being paired up against each other for the potential to join Power Slap. So we're going to see if these athletes can commit it or can maintain it or not, see if they can hang. That's why they do these tape fights, kind of a lesser way to break these athletes in. So if there are fouls or anything taking place, it isn't done online television. Obviously there's big emphasis to be able to clean up the sport of Power Slap overall, and there's no way to get these athletes sparring time in practice. So the way you do it is put it on a taped fight where the pressure isn't as great to be released at a later time. So Slapdog is in Vegas. He's going to come out to the tailgate party tonight at Stadium Swim. We appreciate that. Look forward to seeing you, Slapdog, once again. Last night, we pulled a lot of Slapdog cards last night, actually. I think we broke 5 or 6 boxes, gave away a ton of cards last night. Slapdog, you got to make sure you get one of these. Right. Promo cards to 400. So we got Ding looking a little disappointed in the background. Everybody's working hard. There's a lot of people behind this. You don't often get to see it. We got myself. We got Ding here working, doing editing. We got graphic designers working. We've got a videographer back home working. Got Ray D here. Not sure what Ray D's doing. Causing a scene, I think. What is he doing? Oh, Ray D's not here. What do you need from Ray D? We haven't, can you believe it? We haven't allowed Ray D to come here since Power Slap number 2. Now he's here at 13, and if Ding has his way, he's not going to be back until 25. Shaking his head off camera. Poor Ray D. He's practically a senior citizen now. You know that? So, waiting one last athlete, Chelsea Dodson. We are waiting for her to arrive. We're going to get into it? No, we are not. I was hoping that the commission would walk across, but kept on walking. So we're not getting the commission here yet. Everyone's kind of in a holding pattern, waiting for Chelsea Dodson. Regardless, 17 more minutes is the cap. What happened to KO Chris, Slapdog? KO Chris came in 178. KO Chris missed weight. KO Chris missing weight. Emmanuel Muniz coming in 171. KO Chris is going to give up part of his purse to Manny for missing weight. KO Chris had a big weight cut this time. He was up in the high 190s before he started his, cut for this. Came to Vegas. He was still 15 pounds overweight and seemingly just hit a roadblock and wasn't able to get past these last 8 extra pounds. We didn't see him last night. Chris has been incredibly quiet his entire time here in Las Vegas, and resulting in a weight cut here that was unable to be met. We talked about what's that going to mean for him and his future potential at a title versus Anthony Blackburn or Azael, depending the winner of it. But at this moment, we don't particularly know. So, did KO Chris make weight at 12? Yes, KO Chris made weight at 12. We'll be back here relatively quickly.
From the women's flyweight division, Chelsea Dodson.
Hello. Oh, my bad.
Chelsea Dodson making an appearance.
$128.
128 for Chelsea Dodson.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, Chelsea.
What was that weight? 128. Chelsea Dodson, 128 over the weight cap, not making weight for this match. 2 days short notice, 48 hours. Chelsea Dodson is taking on Pauline Pita. Missing weight, 128.6. They're going to strike down the scale now. And then the face-offs. Yes, Chelsea Dodson was a light fill-in. Face-offs are coming up next. They're going to take the scale off, and they're going to get right into it. The most exciting part of the broadcast is still to come. So Pita was the face. Isabella Picard, unfortunately, she was not medically cleared. Chelsea Dodson filling in on short notice. Wasn't able to make the weight of 126. But we'll be getting to the face-offs. It should be coming from both sides, I would assume. A different conference room that we're in from last time. But I'd expect both athletes coming in from each side. This camera get bumped.
It's just so much. Yeah, the notation is like.
There. Want to stay on the stage?
No, he can't. He can't. No, dude.
Thank you.
All right, Frank's coming up. Frank Lamasella coming up here. Anticipating athletes from both sides, face-offs. Everybody's here. Let's crank up the energy. These wrestlers, we haven't seen them face off.
All right, ladies and
Can
gentlemen,
expect
welcome
some
to the V-Chain
excitement.
Power Slap 13 Dumpling versus the Hawaiian Hitman official face-offs. Kicking things off with the middleweight division. Dontae Smiley versus Stunt Marshall.
Dontae Smiley versus Stunt Marshall. Two of the wrestling guys. There we go. Homage to Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
And from the women's featherweight division, Alice Crowley versus Katharina Lehner.
Katharina Lehner, Alice Crowley coming up. I haven't seen Katharina in a while. Get the face-off on. Usually the women are quite respectful up there at the weigh-ins. No words exchanged.
And from the super heavyweight division, the number 9 ranked Micah versus Juicy Finau.
Juicy and Unko Micah. Two Las Vegas locals. Two big boys. Two big dogs up there. 800 plus pounds.
And from the women's featherweight division, Abby Montes versus Jackie Thomas.
Jackie Thomas, Abby Montes, both of them making their debut here in Power Slap. The MMA veterans, USA versus Mexico. See Abby with the lean forward, looking very confident. Incredibly serious. Jackie takes
And
off.
from the heavyweight division, Johnny Magna versus Ryan Kenny.
Get ready for this one, Johnny Magna, Ryan Kenny. Get ready for this one. Don't blink. Magnus talked a lot of shit about this one. I expect a KO. Stoic from Johnny Magna.
And from the
See him
super
flipping the bird
heavyweight
earlier.
division, Ro Montagna versus Zach Lansing.
Ro Montagna, Zach Lansing. Ro giving up a lot of weight in this one. Almost, 80 pounds, Ding? A lot of weight given up on this one. Two big boys. Seen a lot of newcomers here.
And from the women's flyweight division, Hollyhood Haley J versus Jayme Hinshaw.
Jayme Hinshaw, Hollyhood, Haley J. Oh. Jayme Hinshaw not backing down. There we go.
And from the light heavyweight division, Mirza Berhamovic versus Esteban Sabedra.
Let's check out Esteban Sabedra. Mirza coming up here. Very calm demeanor from both these athletes. Not what I think we fully expected. Maybe it's a sign of mutual respect.
And for the women's flyweight division, Destiny Mccubbin versus Zoe Dubois.
Destiny Mccubbin, Zoe Dubois coming up.
And in the middleweight division, John
wrestlers have been all
Yurnet
business so far.
versus
We haven't seen the
Marco
semantics.
Martinez.
Maybe it's a sign they're not taking this as a joke. Now, as I say it, we got the first ever face painting. Shocking to see Marco Martinez much bigger than Mecha Wolf here.
And now the prelims kicking off live on YouTube from the light heavyweight division. The number 6 ranked Alan Klingbeil versus number 4 Luke Simonds.
Looks like we're going in order here.
And in the women's flyweight division, Ellie Dempster versus Michael Michelle Brown.
Right, Ellie Dempster, Michael Michelle Brown. Oh, shit. Ellie Dempster and Michael Michelle Brown. Sean hugging it out before they go.
And from the heavyweight division, Bryce Jones versus number 6 Zakir Namanbayev.
Bryce Jones coming out. Zakir, incredibly thick human being in real life. Kind of hard to trash talk when Zakir doesn't speak English.
And also in the heavyweight division, the number 5 ranked Pono Pao versus number 4 James Seekman.
I'm not sure a mic on Frank will do too much. He's a man of few words. Seekman and Pono talking to each other, hugging it out.
Let's go! And opening up the main card in the welterweight division, the number 5 ranked Christopher Thomas versus number 1 Emmanuel Muniz.
KO Chris Thomas coming up. Emmanuel Muniz. Chris missing weight. Manny making weight. KO Chris.
I paid for the 3 slaps. I took 6 slaps last time.
And for the power slap welterweight
Chris is ready to go
championship, the
all
number
day.
2 ranked Azael Rodriguez versus the champion Anthony Babyface Blackburn.
Let's go with the welterweight strap on the line.
Go. Right on one army, baby.
And now your light heavyweight
Pero's ready to go.
championship co-main event between Russell Rivero versus Ron Wolverine Beta, the champion.
A lot of respect between these two guys. Russell and Wolverine going at it. There we go. One more to go. Dumpling, the main event.
And now for your
Super
marquee
heavies
main
taking on
event for the Super
Hawaiian
Heavyweight Championship of the World. The number 3 ranked, the Hawaiian Hitman versus the champion, Dumpling.
Go. Eat that shit.
Dumpling coming up here in a suit.
Yum, 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 yum.
There you go, ladies
There
and
we
gentlemen.
go.
Beat Chain Power Slap 13 Dumpling versus the Hawaiian
Dumpling.
Hitman, live and free on YouTube.
There we go. That wraps it up. We will be back Stadium Swim tonight from 4 until 7 for the legendary Power Slap Tailgate Party brought to you by Head Rush. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. Let's get it on. Friday night, it all goes down.